Oh, it's Sunday morning. We're back in the game 1 week after London Marathon 2022. This is the last time I speak about it, I can promise you. I don't want to keep going on and on about it. It was great. But don't go anywhere. I was going to quickly talk about the review of the race day in general. I'll try and keep it short, and the review of my performance through that race. Okay, I've got loads to come up, next races and stuff like that, so it's time to plan for the next ones. Don't go anywhere. Okay, thank you for joining me again, you lovely people. Thanks for sticking with me through the Road to London journey. I've got one more video about that today. I'll keep it short and sweet, hopefully, I always say that. Just quickly talk about it one more time, and then plans for the future, which I will discuss in the next video. Okay, so this time last week we was probably, oh, we was there. We was probably in the pen, roughly, on the way to the pen to start London Marathon 2022. Organisation in general for that race was absolutely second to none. It's my first time. I was blown away by how sort of smoothly it ran. Even though there was train strikes the day before to try and make things a little bit difficult, we managed. We got there via car. Oh, seeing about cars. So we got there via car from our boss, dropped off, and all the undergrounds and the trains were free if you had your race number handy, which everyone did. So that's great, saves a lot of money doing that. When you get there, lorries lined up to take your kit bag from you. All you've got to do is pick the number off your thing, lob it in there, and then your bag is waiting at the end for you. Brilliant. The pens were nicely spread out in different colours and then different groups, different start times. So it wasn't as packed as I thought it was going to be, nowhere near. I think Milton Keynes was worse because everyone starts at the same time, but in different start times and waves, but everyone starts at the same time. So when you want to go fast, you catch people up, and when you want to go slow, people are taking over you a lot. But London was not like that. It was beautifully spread out. I never once felt too over-crammed. That's probably because we was keeping quite an easy pace. So, organisation, second to none, I must say. Now for the race itself. I don't want to keep banging on about this. I've been doing it a week, and I feel like it's going to stick in my memory for forever now. But I've never felt like that in my life. Running around, not just because people are calling your names, that helps, but not that. It's the unity of everyone going to do the same thing, battling on together. The people that turn up to watch from the sides for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours maybe. I don't know how long you stood there for, but absolute legends, whoever did. I'd like to think that if I did it in London, or not too far away, or even if Mikey gets in the ballot this time and I don't next year, I'd like to think I'd get and help out, or at least stand in the crowd cheering people on. So thanks to my wife and Mike's wife Steph and Hev for turning up. Thanks to my mum and dad. God, I was seeing the video that made me emotional just thinking about it. It makes me a little bit teary when I watch it back now, because my face when I saw mum and dad. Oh, van. My face when I saw mum and dad, it was like I was a little kid, which is funny. But yeah, it's just the crowd turning up and making it a day that it is. I can't imagine you get better vibes than that from any marathon, but do you want me to find out? Just get a few more done as my journey goes along. We've tried some other countries. We spoke of Paris already, me and Mike. So I have to say it's 11 out of 10 for the atmosphere and the race on the whole. If you're a runner, or even if you're not, and you just want to get into it, and you're inspired by the videos that you've seen, I've seen quite a few from this marathon and the previous ones in London, and man, it gets me going when I watch everybody's. You go back and watch mine if you haven't yet, see what you think, and get your names down, although you've missed the ballot by a couple of days. But I'm thinking of the future. Get yourselves running, start easy, get some miles at an easy pace. You don't have to kill yourself, just run, it's nice and slow. Get some fitness build up, some endurance, and then look at London and get your name down. You have to do it for charity, and so be it, because you will make the money. People seem really interested in this one, and a lot of people, a lot of genuine congratulations for the achievement that we got there, which I find overwhelming really. It's just been so lovely. Okay, as of race day performance, I just want to quickly touch on Mikey first. His first marathon, he'll openly admit that he could have trained better. We both could have trained better. We didn't follow no particular plan. We were trying to get some miles in. Both had little niggles in the same ankle. It's just what happens when you train together, I don't know. But to finish under 5 hours, and to dig in like you saw on the video, to dig in that much, when I know how much it was hurting him, off the camera, he was probably worse. He twisted his ankle 4 times. He has sort of weak ankle problems that he's addressing right now. The first one actually fell on me and dragged on the shoulder for a little bit, so I know it was proper. But to dig in, finish under 5 hours in your first, then absolutely spot on, mate. Top notch. He's keen, he's on to the next one. He's feeling as good about this marathon running as I am now. And I'm glad to have him on board with that, definitely. As for myself, as you know, we ran together. I've always had the goal of wanting to run sort of 8-minute miles around that. I failed the first time and I went for 7:30s in MK. This one, I knew it was going to be 10s to 11s. But I knew it was going to be 10s for a while. I had a sneaky suspicion that later in the race, when your legs get hurting, your form dies off, we'd be near averaging 11-minute miles, which is what happened. So what I can say is that my heart was low for the majority, averaging 155, but in general my lungs were honestly, hand on heart, ready to do more. I wasn't hitting a wall and all that sort of stuff like last time, but I must say, for running an hour and 5 minutes longer than I've ever ran, it did start to take its toll on the legs and my hips, but mainly my IT band in my left leg. Without the IT band pain, I think I had more in me to go. That was definitely making me limp and definitely slowed me up. I don't know how I would have got on without the knee pain, but that's something I need to resolve like soon. Okay, because if that was like that for the ultra, it's unlikely I'll hopefully make it, but it'd be a lot of walking. It'd be a long time into the night. But generally, I felt fit, even for not training that well. I think the base training over the past months, only 5-6 months probably, running at 145, 150, held me in a good place for that. And that was the perfect training run for what's coming up in the future. Because now I know I can run for 5 hours, although it was in pain on my knee. If that's gone, I don't know. It's left me in a good place. I'm so glad I did it, and me and Mike stayed together and completed it together as best mates. Best feeling in the world. Loved it. So the whole overview is I'm glad we done it like that. I feel like I'm fitter, even though I've had a week off. Leg feels good. My T-band died down really quick. My heart's running quite high today, but I'm just sort of running. Do you know what? I don't care today. I just want to get out after a week off and just go and get back on it again. Yeah, for fitness side of things, that definitely done me well good to run for 5 hours at low intensity. It was definitely harder slog running at that pace, if that makes sense. And I've got used to running sort of 8s and 9s at math, so that feels like a more natural flow. So maybe Brighton, I'll try and get some of them done and try and upgrade on a time that I got before. That is it. That is all you're gonna hear from me from London. I will not mention it again, all right? I promise. But like I said, get yourself booked in for it when you get the next chance, whether it's charity or in the ballot. Just go and do it. It doesn't matter what time you finish. Getting over that line is one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. Okay, there's no more to say on the matter. So thanks for following me during all that, and on to the next one. Brighton Ultra Race to the King, all coming up 2023, with all my trainers going into that, starting as of probably now. Okay, so make sure to hit the red subscribe button below. Let's go on our running journeys together. As I always say, I love talking to you all about it, and I'm enjoying this journey very much so. Speak to you again soon. Stevo runs.